What if I told you it's possible to feel lazy, completely unmotivated, and still achieve big, ambitious goals? That it's not about changing who you are, but about understanding how to work with the way you naturally operate. If you've ever been stuck in the tension between wanting more for your life, but struggling to take action, this video is for you. Because being lazy doesn't mean you lack ambition. It means you're human. And the good news, you can harness that ambition even on your laziest days. Here's how. 1. Reframe your relationship with lazy. First, let's get one thing straight. Laziness isn't a personality flaw, it's a signal. When you feel lazy, it's often your brain's way of saying, I don't have enough energy, clarity, or structure to tackle this. It's not that you're incapable, it's that the way you're trying to approach your goals doesn't align with your natural rhythms. Think about this. If laziness were the enemy of success, we wouldn't have tools like calendars, to-do lists, or even fast food. Humanity thrives, not because we're tireless, but because we're resourceful. And the most ambitious people, they often design their lives to do the least amount of work for the greatest results. Here's your first takeaway. Stop fighting laziness. Instead, ask yourself, how can I work with it? 2. Start with micro goals. Ambition often tricks us into thinking we need to make massive moves to achieve our dreams. But here's the reality. Ambition paired with inaction is a recipe for frustration. The key is to bridge the gap with small, actionable steps. Let me share a principle called the 2-minute rule. It's simple. If something takes less than 2 minutes to start, do it now. The power of this rule isn't in finishing the task, it's in starting it. For example, want to write a book? Spend 2 minutes jotting down ideas. Dream of running a marathon? Take 2 minutes to lace up your shoes and step outside. Why does this work? Because the hardest part of any task is starting. Once momentum kicks in, even the laziest among us can find the energy to keep going. Your ambition doesn't need giant leaps. It just needs a nudge. 3. Build systems, not motivation. Here's a hard truth. Motivation is unreliable. It's like an unpredictable friend, great when it shows up, but nowhere to be found when you need it most. Systems, on the other hand, are your secret weapon. Think about successful people. They don't rely on motivation to get things done. They rely on systems. A system is simply a structure that makes it easier to act than to procrastinate. Here's an example. If you're too lazy to cook healthy meals, systemize your nutrition. Stock your fridge with prepped meals or snacks that require zero effort. If you're too lazy to work out, make the gym unavoidable. Place your workout clothes by your bed or commit to a friend who'll hold you accountable. Your job isn't to push through laziness. It's to design your life so even lazy you can take action. Ask yourself, what's the easiest version of this task I can systemize? 4. Leverage your energy cycles. Have you ever noticed that some parts of the day feel naturally productive while others feel like a slog? That's because energy isn't constant. It comes in waves. If you're lazy but ambitious, learning to work with your energy cycles is a game changer. Here's how. Identify your peaks. Spend a few days observing when you feel the most focused and energized. For some, it's early morning. For others, it's late at night. Prioritize your peaks. Schedule your hardest or most important tasks during these high-energy windows. Use your troughs wisely. When energy dips, focus on easier, mindless tasks. Replying to emails, organizing files, or taking a break. By aligning your work with your energy, you'll stop wasting time forcing productivity and start maximizing your natural rhythms. Use the lazy genius method. Let's talk about Pareto's principle, also known as the 80-20 rule. This rule states that 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. In other words, not all actions are created equal. Lazy geniuses ask, what's the smallest thing I can do that will make the biggest impact? They ruthlessly cut unnecessary tasks and focus on high-leverage actions. Here's how you can apply this. If you're launching a business, focus on the one activity that will generate the most revenue, like reaching out to potential clients or creating a killer offer. If you're studying, prioritize the 20% of concepts that will likely show up on the test. Ambition without focus is chaos. But when you prioritize the 20% that matters, you'll achieve more while doing less. Outsource your weaknesses. Here's a myth about success. You need to do it all. In reality, the most successful people delegate what they're not good at, so they can focus on what they excel at. Think about it this way. If you're ambitious but too lazy to handle certain tasks, why not let someone else take care of them? Tools like Fiverr, TaskRabbit, or even hiring a virtual assistant can help you offload the things that drain your energy. Outsourcing isn't laziness, it's strategy. It frees up your mental space to focus on what truly moves the needle. 7. Embrace the power of deadlines. Procrastination is the lazy person's nemesis. But here's a hack. Deadlines turn procrastination into action. Set artificial deadlines to trick your brain into urgency. For example, want to start a side hustle? Give yourself 1 weekend to create a prototype. Need to finish a report? Schedule a fake meeting with a friend to review it. Pair these deadlines with accountability. Tell someone your goal and when you'll complete it. Knowing someone's waiting on you will light a fire under even the laziest ambition. 8. Celebrate small wins. Ambition often blinds us to progress. We're so focused on the big picture that we forget to acknowledge the small victories along the way. But celebrating small wins is crucial for lazy but ambitious people. It builds momentum. Here's a tip. Create a success journal. Every day, write down one thing you accomplished, no matter how small. Over time, these wins compound, showing you that progress is happening, even if it feels slow. When you celebrate small wins, you reinforce the belief that effort, no matter how minimal, pays off. 9. Make it fun. Laziness often stems from dread. If a task feels boring or overwhelming, your brain resists. The antidote? Make it fun. Here are some ideas. Turn work into a game. Use apps like Forest to gamify productivity. Change your environment. Work in a cozy cafe or set up a workspace you love. When you inject joy into your process, even the most tedious tasks become bearable. 10. Redefine success. Finally, let's talk about success. Society often glorifies endless hustle and burnout, but for lazy but ambitious people, success looks different. It's about achieving meaningful goals without sacrificing your well-being. Here's your final takeaway. Define success on your own terms. Ask yourself, what do I really want, and why does it matter to me? How can I achieve it in a way that feels sustainable? When you align your ambition with your values and energy, you'll discover that laziness isn't a barrier, it's a guide, helping you create a life that works for you. So, here's my challenge to you. Pick just one idea from this video and act on it today. Whether it's starting with 2 minutes, outsourcing a task, or redefining success, do something, even the smallest step, that moves you closer to your ambitions. And remember, Laziness isn't the enemy of ambition. It's just a signal that you need a better system, a clearer focus, and a gentler approach. If this video resonated with you, share it with someone who's feeling stuck. Together, let's prove that being lazy and ambitious isn't a contradiction. It's a superpower.